Um, let's get into this episode, Jamila. So, number one topic is on everybody's mind. Some breaking news that actually happened today. Today is Monday, November 8th. But before we get into the breaking news, let's just talk about this interview with Ye, man. Ye, Ye came into this interview knowing that this might be his last interview. I really felt like he put his heart, his mind on the table, and he just let everybody have it. There was no censorship. This was him being completely free, completely him. And before we start getting into everything that happened on the interview, I just want to say this. Um, Yay, I'm gonna call him by his name because the way after this interview, I completely understand the name change and why it's so important. And fuck it, we're gonna talk about it now. The reason why he changed his name to Ye, because he is now worth over $6.6 billion. Leave it to him; he's around his net worth is about $9 billion, making him the wealthiest man. This is the wealthiest black man, black person in our country, in America. And for him, I mean, just recently, he was in debt. He owed money. He was trying to figure out. He was trying to get help from people. Just like, hey, I have this idea. Hey, I need your help. And he wasn't afraid to ask for help. You know what I mean? And we all looked at him like he was crazy. Just like, no, Kanye, go ahead and sell your Yeezus like Fat Farm and fucking South Pole or whatever. Like, go do it like them. Like, and that was how we got the Houseway interview and all that kind of stuff. And he was just like, no, I have a bigger vision. This is what I'm trying to do. This is going to work. I mean, the blueprint is here. The example is here. When I released my shoe with Nike, it sold out in seconds. They would have let me release another shoe because they didn't want to give me that much more power. You know what I mean? So anyway, he broke that ceiling, and now Yeezy is the number one most sold brand, most Googleable brand. I mean, apparently that's a word now, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Googleable is the Yeezy is the number one brand, and that is what it is. So Kanye is a master manifester. Like anything that man says that he wants to do, he's going to do, and that's it. And for me to be somebody who is, I will also say, a student to learning how to be a master manifester himself. Kanye is the guy that I always was inspired by. I go back to that like 2013 Breakfast Club interview that he did, and like they were looking at him literally like he was crazy. They was just like, like, bro, we don't like you for the clothes. Like, we like you for your music. You know what I mean? And by the way, Yeezus was trash, and Kanye just took it like that. Okay, great, thank you. But I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be the Kobe Bryant, the Steve Jobs, the all this, great legendary people of fashion and clothing. That's what I'm going to be. And in 10 years, and we're going to be listening to Drake. And this nigga, he literally told you exactly what it is. So he's a master manifester. He's a futurist. He's a visionary. He is an icon, a living legend. And I think it was amazing that we got to get this interview and get to see just a glimpse of his mind, which is a lot to take in because his mind works like a super computer processing thing. Just you think that he's rambling, but he's really not. He's actually very clear in his intent and his thoughts. Like whenever he was interrupted or the conversation got broken, stuff like that, he was just like, "Let me finish my point," meaning that he knows what he's trying to say. You know what I mean? It's just sometimes it's just not always conveyed in the right way. You know what I mean? But
and I can relate to that. It's often times where I'm talking and I swear in my head it just sounded so much better.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I don't have shit to prove to anybody. So even if it doesn't come out right or not, like the proof is in the pudding. Like that's just the bottom line. Like at the end of the day, like they keep saying this man is crazy. I've never believed this man was crazy. Even when this man things are not going to look how we want them to look. He's not going to, like, just like we're not going to give y'all fake reactions, he's not going to give you fake yay. Like, that's just what it is. Like, you just got to accept it for what it is and accept people for who they are. Like, they don't have to make it all shiny and then tell you that it's something that it's not.
Exactly. And to go back to the point where I want to talk about why he did the name change to Ye, is because us being black in America, there is something to all of us not having our true last name. All of us here in America are still carrying slave names. That's heavy. You know what I mean? When you think about it, like, my last name is literally not tied to my actual blood relatives, not to my family, but to somebody that enslaved my family. So for him, he was just like, he'd been on that time. He already knew what it was. He was like, I don't want my last name to be a slave name. I'm Kanye West. I'm Ye now. And now moving forward, and this is exactly what all the monumental people did in history. You know what I mean? You will take your father's name or whatever that name was, and you'll be like, oh, I am, Imani, son of Pierre, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? The Asian community does that a lot. Shout out to our Asian listeners. A lot of them carry their family's name. You know what I mean? Like, obviously,
I'm Sudanese, and I don't carry a slave name. I carry my dad's name, and that's what we do. So, like, my dad's name is Idris Muhammad Idris. My brother's name is Muhammad Idris. Like, on my brother's birth certificate, his name is Muhammad Idris.
Right.
And it just goes back. Like, you take your father's, your grandfather's, your great grandfather's name. And that's just what it is.
Right. And that's dope. Like, you actually have a real connection and tie to your bloodline. You know what I mean? It matters. It matters to you.
Like, my first cousins, they take their father's name. Like, for example, like, my cousin, her name is Noran. Her dad's name is Najib. But of course, her dad and my dad share the same father's name. So then that's when our family then comes back together. But at first, it's going to be her name and her dad's name, and that's their family. And then we eventually meet back at one as a family tree.
And that's what it is. Like, family is very important into building a strong economy, a strong culture. Another one of his points that he was talking about nannies and stuff like that. He was just like, the Jewish community, they don't got no nannies. Their grandmother, you know what I mean? If you need somebody to take care of the kids, the family takes care of it. You know what I mean? And nannies is like kind of like hiring love and stuff like that. He was going real deep into a lot of these things. And
I need a nanny, okay?
I feel you. But but at the same time, like, we could build a community of people, like, and like, you already know, like, your son, like, I love your son, you know what I mean? Like, he's cool, like, you already know, like, anything y'all need, I got y'all type stuff. And that's how it should be. Like, it's a tribe, you know what I mean? So that's how we move, you know what I mean? And that's just what he was saying, like, his black family just need to come together more like that.
I mean, I don't know. I love Kanye West, but when it comes down to, like, choosing his life and who he had his kids with, it's a little conflicting, because I love Kanye. I'm never mad that he chose his wife, who he chose as his wife. If it was business, I can understand it, but for you to continuously keep giving this woman your black seeds, sometimes that does bother me. Like, I really hate when us in the black community give our seeds away.
I feel you on that. And this is the conversation that gets real tricky, right? Because when it's all said and done, it's like, we are all a human race, and then there's, the construct of race. Race is really not real, you know what I mean? Some white guy made it up to just separate us and, divide and conquer and, all that kind of stuff. But where she's from, and I don't know this too much because I don't know Kardashian and stuff like that, but isn't she like Middle Eastern or something like that? Like she comes from that like background or
Those are
Arabian.
white people.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
you know, it depends on who you're talking to too. Because when
True.
you talk to like on when you look at like any like government forms and stuff like that, they have Caucasian and Arab all on the same line. You know
Oh,
that,
do
right?
they? No, I didn't know that. I thought they were
Yes,
separate. I thought they
I
were
did
separate.
too. So I always be like, so shit. Am I Caucasian? Fuck no. Like,
Right.
like I'm
Right.
not. I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah.
like you said, it's not a big deal. But it's just like he need to have some more kids with a black woman.
Yeah. Well, he also did mention in that interview that Kim is still his wife.
We know
He's
that.
yeah, and that he hates her publicist. I mean, he made it very clear that he don't fuck with her, and he don't fuck with the nannies, none of the publicists and stuff like that. Basically, saying like all the ideas that the Kanye West gave to Kim, made her a multi-billionaire, and her publicist pretty much just takes the credit for it. And she talks bad about Ye and all this kind of stuff, but she living in Ye's house. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. You know what I mean? You have all these different entities telling her what to do and telling her family how to move, and Ye is crazy. Oh my God, he's having an episode. You got to get away from him, and he's just he's just his brain is just trying to give out so much at one time to so many things, and I don't know, it's a lot. I mean, most geniuses, people that are well respected in our history, none of them were ever like truly always celebrated. Like people forget, like even Martin Luther King, people did not like Martin Luther King before he passed
Right. That
away.
was a big part of his whole story. That's the
Yeah,
crazy part.
yo, like y'all gotta. There's a documentary, I believe it's on Hulu, talk about MLK, like him after the "I Have a Dream" speech, like when he was really getting into his bag. Like, man, that was so good. But yeah, there's a lot of people. Albert Einstein, people thought that he was crazy. The guy that thought that came up with the world being round and not flat. Like all these people were considered
They were
like
mad.
yeah, like they were mad. Like people, like they used to kill these people for going against society and what was the norm and stuff like that. So, Ye is no different. You know what I mean? And right
And I
now,
love it for him. That's what I do love about him is that no matter what anybody says about him, he just continues to prosper, and that is so inspiring. Because
it is inspiring. It's truly amazing. Like I said, like for him to be where he came from, all the adversity is that he went through. I mean, he's uncancelable in my opinion. Like this nigga has been canceled so many times, but he still continues to, break barriers, continue to push forward. I mean, people, it's so crazy. Like people get amnesia when it comes to Ye. It's like he really does have a superpower. It's like, oh, people just forgot about the hat. People forgot about the George Bush don't care about black people. People forgot about the Taylor Swift. They just like, it's Ye. You know what I mean?
Because he didn't allow things to get underneath of his skin. That is the thing. He doesn't even address half that. Like
Yeah.
he talk about it. Like he does what he's supposed to do, like for the media and stuff like that, for the exposure. But other than
Yeah.
Kanye, as far as living wise, does not allow that to like. He's a master manifester. So if he is a master manifester, I also am a master manifester. So
Yeah.
like I got it down packed. The one thing that I do know is that you cannot let your outside forces regulate and dictate what's going on within. Like
Yeah.
that's just bottom line. Because that is what's going to get in the way of you manifesting anything that you need. Like you need your energy. You need whatever you want. You're trying to manifest. You have to match that energy. You cannot allow an outside force to regulate and dictate that because it's going to lower your vibration. You're not going to be able to get to where you need to go. So he's like, yeah, he hears it, but he's not feeling it.
And that's interesting. You pull that up too. Another person that I know this is wild to bring this guy up, but even Donald Trump, like Donald Trump. Yo,
I love Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck what nobody gotta say. Like I'm also inspired in the same ways that I'm inspired by Kanye West. Like those are I don't give a fuck type people. Do I have to agree with each one of them? Absolutely not. But I can see outside the bullshit. Results is results.
Results is results. And I was looking at. I used to live in D.C. at around the time that he was president, and like, all up and down the streets, you would see "fuck Trump" graffiti everywhere in DC, and obviously the White House being in DC, like he's driving around. I know he sees it. I know he hears it. I know he hears that black people can't stand him, and you know what I mean, and all this stuff. But he still comes out and say, "Hey, I did the most for black people out of any other president." And but he, you know what I mean? It's crazy how people like that can just move on and continue without all the negatives, like, you know what I mean, bearing out. Because there's a lot of negativity coming their way, a lot of negativity. So we could definitely take stuff from that. Kanye talked about how he's a master builder too, right? He's an engineer, really. He could take you. He said you could give him a dinosaur bone, and I can tell you, I can create the dinosaur just from that one bone. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's constantly, always trying to relate and build something around something, right? Just a throwaway bar that he was talking about. He's like, you know, hey, we got a plastic problem, but you know, we used to drink out of water fountains, but we don't do that no more because of capitalism, because we want to sell water and this and that. I was just like, I never brought the two together to think like, damn, where did the water fountains go? Oh, we are selling water bottles a lot. Oh yeah, we do have a plastic problem and a global warming issue, and this is happening. It's just like, it's all because of the greed and people just wanted more. And it's just like, that was just a throwaway bar that he had. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So his brain is just all over the place. I think it was another thing dope about the interview. They actually had a counter because he was name dropping a lot. I mean, he's also very good at collaborating with people and talking to the right kind of people too. And I think this is another reason why he is a billionaire. He made it clear that his peers are, it's not Drake and you know, these people. It's Elon Musk. It's Jeff Bezos. It's all these billionaire people. These are his.
He's more than a music artist, and right. Like that is like, that's the thing. Like, especially us as black people, that's what we keep seeing him as. And then other white people, like lower class white people, want to still put him in that bag.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, you can't put Kanye, Ye in a box. His money talks and bullshit walks. And how dare a white man try to put him in a box and you can't even sit with him.
Exactly. And he mentioned that as well too. He said he went to a game, I believe with Jay Prince the other day, and as he was sitting at the game, you know, they put him on the Jumbotron, and it was just like rapper Kanye West or hip hop artist Kanye West, and he was just like, I have a doctorate degree from the Chicago Institute up the street. You know what I mean? I'm this, and that, but you're calling me this. It's just like they want to put you in a box so badly, and they never want to take you out the box. And then on top of that, he said being called a rapper is the same thing as being called a nigger in his mind. He was just like, oh, it's the rapper. It's like, oh, it's the first rapper to do this. Oh, it's just you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of artists I know
to minimalize him and his role and who he is in the culture. Outside of hip hop,
right?
It's a businessman at the end of the day.
Exactly. Like he said, yo, you could at least just say artist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could at least say that. But
because he's an artist in business, music, fashion. Like, that's an artist title.
Yeah. Like, yo, like, what if someone
cultural artist? Yay.
Right. That's like the equivalent of calling Elon Musk the car salesman. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. Elon Musk
the audacity.
The audacity. Like, he does more than just, you know, produce cars. You know what I mean? So it's. I get why he's so frustrated. You know what I mean? Like before, I remember going to his concert and, you know, when he was doing, I think it was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and no, it was Life of Pablo, and he was like on the stage and he had those rants, and it was like, oh, what's he going to rant about today? And it's just like, he's not ranting. He's literally trying to break through the ceiling and get people to understand, yo, I should be here. Like, the CEO of Balenciaga used to work at Yeezy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of stuff that, like, it's just like, yo, like, I know I do and make great stuff, but here, like, other people can just get a pass because of what they look like. This is. It's crazy, you know what I mean? shout out to Abby White. He said, "Ye is crazy, but crazy shouldn't always be viewed as bad, just different and against the grain." Yeah, I think there is a negative connotation when it comes to the word crazy, or maybe it could be used as another word. Another word could be used for it, but
But what actually defines crazy? Like, to each his own.
mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna have their own, tolerance and definition. Like what all is crazy.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Another thing that was dope, he was talking about Jay Prince, and a lot of people know Jay Prince in the hip hop community and just community in general. That he's a very respectable OG. I'm just going to put it that way. And he got Jay Prince to get in the room with Elon Musk, and that's a crazy combination to us. But he was just like, "Yo, like we should have more collaborations like that." Elon Musk tweeted recently. I'm not sure if you heard about this, but he tweeted to the World Health Organization. He said, "Hey, if you guys could give me a plan of how to end world hunger, because they said, they always say,
I
hey,
saw that.
we can end world hunger with this amount of money." And Elon Musk said, "Okay, lay it out with me, and I'll give it to you. I'll sell my Tesla stock. I'll do it." Like, it's just like, is that really what they want? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
did you see the video? I think you did see it in the group chat, and I had went and did my research on it too about how in other countries they have feed Americans.
No, I didn't see it. What is
Shut
that?
up!
No, what was going? You said feed Americans. What's
Same
that
way we
about?
got feed Africans, like
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
help Africans.
yeah. Yeah. That's another form. And to all of our international viewers, you guys can let us know. But one of the propaganda schemes that they've done here in our country in America, they always made it seem like Africa is just so dirty and so poor, and everybody there is hungry and don't got no shoes. You know what I mean? Like that's the picture that they always painted to us. Or it's just full of just wildlife. You know what I mean? And
Look,
then
oh, you can't do this.
hold on, send it to me and I'll put it on here so we can watch it.
Yes, you got to. And they got a freaking American.
Well,
It's
yeah.
so embarrassing. Hold on, let me share this. Oh my God. It's so funny every time I even think about it. That is terrible. It's coming right here.
Okay, I got it. This is it. Just found Germany doing our
Yeah,
commercial.
but I found some more too.
I
That's
honestly
the one
thought
that
someone
we
was
just
trolling me, but they're not. I had to go do my own research and I found the video. Brace yourself.
Sie hat nur wenig Zugang zu nahrhaften Lebensmitteln. Ihre schlechte Ernährung kann zu Diabetes, Herzkrankheiten und einer teuren Abhängigkeit vom Staat führen. 49 Millionen Amerikaner leiden unter Lebensmittelunsicherheit. Sie sind hungrig nach mehr als nach der nächsten Mahlzeit. Sie sind hungrig nach einem Wechsel. Amerika braucht unsere Hilfe. Jetzt.
That's a goddamn shame.
Wow.
I am a part of that 20% too. I just would have thought I want to know how do I get some of them goddamn funds. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, help
Food,
a
Food
nigga
here.
out.
Why is food so damn high?
Yeah, food is going up like crazy, and they
And they
said
killing us.
yeah, yeah. They saying that it's going to get worse too. Like it's going to be really hard to start finding foods in grocery stores, and there's a lot of things that's going to happen. Like prepare yourselves, man. We really got to start learning how to grow our own food, start creating our own things again because yeah, you don't want to always be just relying on certain shit. But yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen that before. I'm actually happy for it though, because we've been treating everybody else like crazy. We've been like saying like everybody else is trash and like we need to go help these people, but like there's people that need help here too. Like there's people.
We suffer from high blood pressure and shit.
Yo, send us an apple, Mo. Yeah, like we got problems out here. Yeah, white supremacy, police brutality.
So we suffer from obesity while we got worried about Africans that's what's the word? Nutrition.
Malnourished.
Like, get the hell out of it. They skinny and we fat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But man, what else in this Ye interview, man? Oh, Ye was actually getting drunk. Like, he was actually drinking. He actually smoked. Well, he took one puff, like a puff or two. They actually lit up a blunt for him on TV. And this is the thing, too. And I'm curious for our Christian audience out there, how they feel about, this kind of stuff. Because, he was being very much himself. He was being explicit. He was cussing. He was drinking. He was smoking. And, I know his album was, clean. He beeped out all the curse and stuff like that. But I kind of figured that Ye is going to be Ye. Like, even when I knew he was going into the gospel bag and doing all that kind of stuff, me personally, I think he's doing it for a tax break, to be honest with you, because churches don't pay no taxes. And, I mean, for a billionaire, that's the smartest thing to do, is to say you're a Christian. I mean, you're already black. Black people are majority Christian. It just makes sense to me financially, economically. And I think that's also why he was able to scale his business so high so quickly.
So he's running the church?
Yeah, Sunday service is a church. Absolutely. The Sunday service choir and all those meetups that he was doing, stuff like that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That makes the most sense.
I know. When I saw it, I was like, oh, this is genius. Like, he really is a genius. But everybody else, of course, they're going to eat it up. Oh, my God, he came back to Jesus Christ and da-da-da-da. But, I don't know. I really feel like Ye is he's genius level. Genius level smart.
Like, he's being real. Like, nobody said Christians are perfect. Like, I don't even understand why we act like they losing their mind when Kirk Franklin cussed. Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah, like not. Yeah, like 90% of the church don't cuss at home. Like, you know what I mean? At least you're being real at home. Yeah. But anyway,
for me,
for sure.
So grown ass man do and say what he wants.
Right. I didn't get into the hate part. It's crazy. Like, the part of the interviews that I love so much, like, nobody talks about. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to talk about the bullshit. You know what I mean? The headlines. Oh my God, Big Sean and Kweli. Like, I do think that I was surprised. I was thinking that Big Sean, Talib Kweli, John Legend, and Kamala Harris was going to come out with a diss record with Kanye. For Kanye the next day, because Kanye went in. I mean, when I told you he held no water, he held no water. He said exactly what was on his mind in that interview. And one thing that he said, which came to a shock to me. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, yo, this is a movie. If you guys don't know, you guys got to watch this interview. This interview is a movie. I watched it twice. But he said Big Sean was the worst decision that he's made in good music. And I forgot, you're a Big Sean fan. But he was just like, Big Sean was probably the worst decision that he ever made, signing to good music. And his reasoning, I think it was more so the loyalty, because he was just like, like he really took care of Big Sean and his entire family. Like, he didn't have to stop at that radio station to listen to Big Sean and give him a chance to sign him. Like, he literally took this guy from nothing to something. And when it came time for Ye to get the support that he was looking for when he was running for president and stuff like that, he didn't get it. And not only did he not get it, he had the Democrats actually went after. I didn't even think about it till he said it, and it makes so much sense. Think about John Legend, Common, Big Sean. All of those people were used very heavily in Democratic politics, to promote and stuff like that. And I didn't even think that all of these niggas is connected to Kanye West. They did that on purpose.
Wow.
to get him. And so Big Sean, and he made a point of saying that Big Sean and John Legend were people who really, pretty much stabbed him in the back, called him crazy. It's like, hey, I'm gonna do this or whatever. And he was mad about that. I think he was just like, yo, there was no loyalty there, and that he deserves an apology, all this kind of stuff. And then he went to his thing. But he also said, like, he told Big Sean, he's like, look, when you make your first song, that's very memorable. You don't want people to remember you by a Wild Ass song. And he's just like, man, don't let your first song be ass. Like, you don't want people in the airport walking around be like, ass, 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 ass.
Right.
And I was like, damn, like, this is crazy. So, what is your reaction to that? Like, how do you feel about what Ye said about Sean?
His feelings are valid. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't have nothing to do with me. I still love Big Sean's music. I don't know him personally, you know what I mean? But his feelings are valid. If he felt like he wasn't loyal, he wasn't loyal. And that's just what it is. Like, we can't tell somebody how they're supposed to feel. Like, if that's how he felt, that's how he felt.
Yeah.
And from the outside looking in, it looked like he was right.
Yeah. We
keep trying to act like that man is crazy, but that man is a human being.
Right. So Sean responded immediately. I mean, as soon as the interview dropped. So, I mean, he didn't even watch the interview. He said, I just got asked to be on the next Drink Champ, so I'm assuming Ye talk crazy. And he just assumed that. And then I guess he saw a little bit of it, and he was just like, was just with this man. He ain't saying none of that. And this was after the interview. I'm dying laughing at you, Kanye West. And I guess he posted the picture of him and Hit Boy with Ye, and this happened after the interview. And I don't know, man. I
think that
I don't think that means anything.
Gimmick. I think it's a gimmick. I think that when Kanye gets into these little rap battles as a billionaire, I think he's doing everybody a favor. I think that this is something that they already talked about. So if you was just with him, like, I think that, like, even with the Drake situation and stuff like that, I think that all this shit is planned. I think they just giving us something to talk about.
For sure.
He's a billionaire. He don't even have to deal with. He don't have to deal with this shit.
He don't got to do none of this shit. He don't got to rap no more. He don't got to make no music no more.
He don't ever have to be in none of those rooms with them ever again.
Yeah, I agree with you. And then I really agree with you because he talked about Drake obviously in this interview as well too. And how it got brought up is Nori asked him, do you watch Versus? You familiar with it? And Ye was just like, yeah, I watch Versus. And he was just like, okay. Who do you think that people want to see you go against? And he was just like, probably Drake, right? Yeah, I'll go against Drake. And then he said that, of course, I'm gonna beat him. Nobody can beat me. He said, y'all gonna need like 4 niggas to go against me, like, because I mean, Ye is Ye. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, when it comes to, he produces as well. He has produced classics, Jay-Z, Nas. I mean, I can't even go down all the rabbit hole right now. The list is too long. So just the producer bag itself is crazy. And then to go into the rap and stuff like that, like, it'll be pretty much Ye could go against Ye. It could be old Kanye versus new Kanye. That would be dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be that would be dope. Like, because think about it, there's a lot of old Kanye West purists who just love college dropout, late registration, graduation, say that he's never going to be better than those. But then there's a lot of people who love his new stuff. Like, I like his newer project. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, to me, is one of the most perfect albums you probably can ever make. Like, I don't know another album that you can listen from start to finish perfectly for this long, for over 10 years. 808s and the Heartbreak, was groundbreaking. Every other music sounds, like all the melodic hip hop sounds come from that. Drake comes from that. Like, a lot of things were birthed off of that album too. So yeah, Ye can go against himself.
I think honestly, he's just keeping everybody relevant. I think this is something that they talked about, and that this is just something that they're going to continue to do until we get hit for real. Yeah. Like, I don't think there's no beef there at all. Like, for real. Like, because if I was Big Sean, first of all, how dare you laugh at Kanye? Like, how dare you laugh at a billionaire? Like, for real. Like, you just don't do it. Because for real, his money is long enough to end you, for real.
For real, I mean,
For
for
real.
real.
Yeah, so like, if he like, what you laughing at Kanye like he really crazy or like he's nobody. Get the fuck out of here. That's what we not gonna do. You gotta give respect where respect is due. And Big Sean, although I love you, let's not ever act like you ever could sit at a table with him. Like you only coming off an invite. You could never walk in the room. Like you couldn't just walk in the room with you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna skip off of that page right now. Just come off of that. But yeah, he talked about Drake a lot, and he said that he probably said I love Drake like 10 to 20 times, and that they are actively working together on because they're both working together to get Larry Hoover out of jail. So Kanye actually had Larry Hoover Jr. at the Drink Champs there with him, and Jay Prince is also part of that. Like Jay Prince is like the glue. Like everybody respects who Jay Prince is. Drake comes from him. Ye comes like it's respect there. So Ye is pretty much said that like
at us. I know they be sitting back laughing at us.
Yeah, it's like this is a game. He pretty much said this is professional rap. You know what I mean? Just like how you had the NBA and NFL stuff like that. This is a game. He said he said Drake is obviously the most streamed artist of all time. He sells the most records. And he has that title. He's brought amazing things to the culture and to the game, and he respects him for that. But I'm still his OG. You know what I mean? I'm still the OG. Like you still, he put these niggas on a group text. He put. So when the song "Sicko Mode" came out with Travis Scott, right? As soon as I heard the song, I was just like, "This red flags going everywhere." Cause I like putting the connections together too, right? So. Travis Scott was discovered by Kanye West. Okay.
Right.
Obviously, Travis Scott, his baby mother's, Kylie Jenner, related to Kim Kardashian. They're family, really family. You know what I mean? Travis Scott gets Drake on a song, and then Drake is threatening Kanye's life on the song. Like, literally threatening his life. Like, I crept down the block, made a right. Like, he's literally telling Drake lived 5 houses down from where Kanye lived at the time. And it was just like, I crept down the block. I didn't see him. You know what I mean? Like so.
I love when you tell the story. It's so funny.
It's lit. It's
I
like
didn't see him.
I didn't see him. And so I didn't think about this aspect, but like, they're playing this music and stuff like that. It's obviously it was a hot record. Like people still playing Sicko Mode's Fire. And
Fire.
But like a lot of people's like, that's a red flag. Like, how are you gonna have somebody come on your record and talk crazy about, Ye's like his kid's father like that. You know what I mean? Like they playing this at this kid's birthday party and shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like threatening their dad's life on a song and y'all family. Like it's weird. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine just being bitter? Turn that shit off.
Right, that's what he was doing. Yeah, but I like the song. It's just like but he said Drake does some Drake is really strategic when it comes to this. He's not just going to diss you head on. He's going to do little shit like buy a house five blocks away from you. He's going to DM all of your friends' girls and their wives and stuff like that. Like he was doing all kind of wild shit. Drake is a demon, dog. Drake is toxic as hell.
I love him.
and then he actually talked about they had a real conversation about how Drake told Kanye that he never fucked Kim, and Ye was just like, but you acting like you did. Like there's bars, there's like Ye is a lyricist as well too. Ye knows bars, Ye knows lyrics. He's hip hop. He's like, you're saying this in your bars and you're insinuating that you did, or you're letting the people insinuate that you did. Because everybody's thinking like, did Drake actually smash? And so there's stuff like that Drake will do. But anyway, he said even after all that, he said he still loves Drake. Everything is good. This is actually his breaking news. I just seen this today. Where did we go? I'm going to try to find it. Basically, oh wait, I have it right here. Hold on, guys. Ye announced that he wants to collab with Drake. and I'm gonna tell you why I think he's gonna do it.
He's definitely gonna do it.
I'm making this video to
the song is already made. Like, it's not bullshit. You already know.
Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's kind of put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the 2 biggest albums of the year, live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being Free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together.
The reason why Drake is going to do that is because that man standing on the right of Kanye West. that guy right there, I believe it's already set. You know what I mean? I believe it's already set. I think that would be dope for the culture. I mean, I'd rather see them together than going against each other. I think Ye and Drake has so much probably great music in the tuck that we are yet to hear yet, and I would love to see that collab. Yeah, so that's dope. So
I would love to see them. I hope so. That would be nice. Free Larry Hoover.
Yeah, for sure. Free Larry Hoover. And it's crazy. So when I was going to the interview, he talked about how he wanted to talk about it, and I was just like, man, like this interview was 2 hours and 20 minutes long, and I was just like, it's not enough. It's not long enough. Like, you always want more, right? You always want more. And the interview already got like well over 6 million views today for an interview over 2 hours long. I mean, they had over 150,000 people in the live, when it dropped live. And they pulled, I mean, this was genius. I'm not going to lie. I don't know whose idea was this, but this was amazing. I'm going to go ahead and drop it right now. Hold up. This is it.
Why was his head looking like that?
Okay, he talked about that. Okay. He actually went to a black barber somewhere in Europe, and he wanted to have 3 doves in his hair. His school, he has a school out called Donda Academy, and he has a basketball team, and the mascot is the doves. So he did it to support them and stuff like that. So he wanted doves in the hair. But anyway, the barber messed up. And so and so basically he got the cut for free. He was just like, I can't charge Kanye. I can't charge you for this. He's mad about that. So anyway, he said he still loved it or whatever. He just went ahead and rocked with it. And I didn't know this, but Ye talked about that he was a barber when he was a kid. He said when he was 13 or 14 years old, he used to cut people's hair, and that's how he was able to afford buying people's music and buying records and stuff like that. And I was just like, man, I did not know that. Oh, shout out to the DMV. Shout out to Tacoma Park, Maryland. Kanye, Ye, name dropped Tacoma Park, Maryland. If you guys don't know, his dad is actually from this area. So he talked about how he would come to Tacoma Park and visit his dad, and he would actually get fashion ideas. And this goes back because I shout out to Chad. We talked about this all the time, but way back when Ye was we were real Ye fans, when College Drop and all that stuff came out. He used to have blogs, and in his blogs, it was Tumblr type shit. And he would talk about DC fashion a lot, just how much trendsetters come from DC and how we have our own style and our own slang, and how he was doing it. And a lot of people copy our swag and claim it as theirs. It's just we just never had the people to really much submit it. I know Wale talked about this too recently because I think it was Jim Jones said that New York started Nike boots, and Wale was just bruh, y'all stop it. Y'all had Timbs. Y'all can't have everything. Just because y'all in New York and you have the big name and the artists and stuff like that, more people can see you. But DC, Nike boots has been.
We don't even got to argue about that.
Exactly,
we got to
exactly
about this shit.
Exactly.
It's already written.
It is written. if you don't have the book, that's your problem. You got to go ahead and do your history. But anyway, Ye was talking about Tacoma Park when he went to visit his dad and how he got some styles.
I don't even like him like that.
Right. But it was like, yo, let us have our shit. Like, soon you go hear people say, like, Chicago started mumble sauce or something like that. But anyway, the audacity. Texans have crab cakes? Anyway, so, so anyway, shout out to the Tacoma Park. That was dope. I heard that. I was just like, oh, that's dope. A little name drop. And yeah, so as I listened to this interview, I was just like, man, he talked about a lot. He dropped a lot of bars, a lot of knowledge, and some stuff in here, I got worried. I was like, yo, like they might kill Ye. Like they might legit try to kill him. He even said it. He was just like, yo, y'all thought I wasn't going to try to get killed in this interview. I'm going to try to get killed in this interview. Like he's letting it all out.
Go back and watch all of it. I've only seen some of it.
You would really, really enjoy it. And then on top of that, check this out. Why would you not play? Here we go.
Yeah, you know, let's switch it up to the Japanese whiskey. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, welcome back, baby. Man, enough of this shit already, boy. This is just on the okay. You get lit, okay. Unsolicited by me. It's like, okay, well, if I'm crazy and it's up, then it's up. Then it's up. Then it's up. So, goddamn Kanye, he came as Kanye. So we can't meet, we can't have a conversation? Y'all stupid motherfuckers, what the fuck is wrong with you? Yo, this Ye, we on Drink Champs on Revolt TV.
There's a part 2 dropping this Thursday. Yo.
They are going to break the internet on Thursday.
Big facts. Because if you guys know how Drink Champs is set up, you know what I mean? Like, Nori tries to get people drunk. Like, that's his... He is like... That is the worst friend that you could probably have at the party. You know what I mean? Just try to get everybody drunk. But anyway, Ye was getting... You could tell that he was, starting to get drunk or whatever. And, like, now there's a whole other half of him being lit.
Drunk.
Oh, my God. I cannot wait. And you heard what he was talking about. You heard his tone and what was about to go down. It's about to go down. But, yeah. I don't think anybody knew that this was happening. Like, I didn't see nobody report thinking that there was going to be a part 2 to this interview at all. I love it. I'm excited. I can't wait. It's like an album dropping for me. Like, it's like this is really dope. And speaking of albums, he announced that he's going to drop a deluxe version to Donda. So there's going to be more records coming out for Donda. And
but he's going to be the ones with all the people that got dropped.
Soulja Boy might finally get his verse. Well, no, Soulja Boy was talking crazy, so I don't know. He might. Did you see what Soulja Boy said?
Yes.
Soulja Boy went off, man. But I think that's all the game too.
The disrespect.
Yeah.
I got this dog.
You good. Yeah, I think so. I think Soulja Boy. I think he was trolling too, and I think Ye. I think all this shit's planned now. Now that you brought it up, I think all of this stuff is already planned. I think Ye already knew he was going to say that about Soulja Boy because he gave him a huge compliment. Ye said that Soulja Boy is top 5 most influential people in hip hop, in our culture and stuff like that. And I agree with him. Like Soulja Boy was the first rapper to like go viral on the internet and like really. Show a way that people can like actually upload videos, upload music, upload hip hop to YouTube and stuff like that, and music videos start going crazy. You know what I mean? So But then, you know, he didn't even say nothing real bad, disrespectful about Soulja Boy's verse. You know what I mean? Not being on the album. He was just like, you didn't hear the verse? Like, that's why it's not on there. That's all he said. He was just like, it just wasn't that good. And that's okay. He has a right to say so. It's his fucking album. Like, it's his
Like
10th studio
what?
album. It's self-titled it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, yo, it's not going to be on there. Yo, Andre 3000 is not on the album.
It's not about you. Pay for it and put it on your album.
Right. As a matter of fact, he did drop an album and nobody looked at it. But anyway, yeah. Yay, I don't think that people should have taken it serious. The only people I would say like might deserve to feel away, but should still shut the fuck up, is Big Sean, Talib Kweli. He went in on the niggas. Oh, and he also said what we all been thinking, Jamila. He talked about Kamala Harris, right? He was just like, we ain't seen her since the election. I was like, yo, where's she been at, bro? Where's she been? I haven't seen her anywhere. Like, but anyway.
It's like Joe said, go shut the fuck. Go sit down.
It's
Don't
like,
say
look.
nothing.
It's like, we heard what y'all said. We know we needed the black vote. Kanye said, yo, like, she got 90% of black women voted for them. He's like, you would have thought that Drake ran. But, man, yo, that was wild. That was wild, man.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
But factual. Anyway, I can't wait to see this part 2 about this interview. We spent a long time talking about this. Like, it was a lot to unpack in this interview.
We really did.
Yeah, we really did stay on this for a long time, but it's all good. It's for the algorithm. It's for the algorithm. All right, we can move on to the next topic. Anyway, shout out to Ye. Can't wait for the next show.
Top hill, top hill, top